That's Chanko! And the package from China! Hey, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Wicked Gamer and Collector. So in this video we are going to take a close look again to a portable arcade gaming machine. And I bought a couple of these machines and just wanted to show you here on the channel what are we going to get. So this is the Pandora Key number 7, version number 1, we also have version number 2. So I will go and make a different review about the comparison, what are the differences. We're going to do this focus on the portable arcade machine and what are we going to get, how does it work and how does it look. Alright, so consider subscribing to the channel, become one, how I like to call this, the Wicked family, and don't miss out any Wicked videos. First, let's talk about what are we going to get with the machine and inside the box. Alright, so they given me an HDMI cable because we can connect this thing to a monitor. That's something we're going to try out in this video. We're having a 12-volt power supply, so if this thing ever gets lost or breaks, it's very easy because they are very cheap and very easy to find. Nevertheless, we're going to get this big cable because I need to combine these more like a fusion because I need those. They can be a little bit different depending on where you buy it. Alright, so let's talk about the Pandora box itself. So it's very funny, you can bring it very easily with you. As you can see at the bottom we have a compartment for the batteries. You need to buy them separately, so keep that in mind. So far I know you're not going to get them for free. And we're having these rubber feet to give you some grip, very convenient. You need to assemble it, very easy. You grab the joystick and you put it on this. Alright, so there's something I need to point out because I did notice it with my other version I've reviewed. When you open and close it, you need to be careful of this ribbon cable. It's highly possible sometimes that it's going to get stuck. So keep that in mind, and it's also a little bit of a downside. So if it comes to the controls, this is a little bit of a different story because it depends what kind of version you're buying and where you're buying it from. Because it can be a little bit of, there are sellers that are selling you with the original Samba parts. So it's not like the Wicked Wiggle Stick like I have seen in a couple of these cheap Pandora boxes, but they're pretty decent. The same goes for the buttons. It's not a real arcade experience to be honest, but for the money we can't complain, and this is just what we're going to get. Here we have the start, coin and pause. The on and off switch over here. There is only a little bit strange, and this is all depending what kind of version you buy. This VGA cable, so far I understand this is for player number 2. And here we have this, yeah, it's more like this quick on and off switch. Yeah, that's very strange. If you push it in and it goes out. Very strange. And here at the front we're finding the little 5 watts or maybe 3 watt speaker. Alright, so here we have the DC input, or in other words for the power supply. We're having an HD in, so we can use this thing like a monitor, but we can also use the HD out. So if you want to use, and that's something we're going to try, you want to use this thing like on a television. We have audio out, volume control, settings, and 2 little ports. Because the main boards of the Pandora support that you connect this control, or basically the controller, to an old PlayStation 3 or an Xbox 360. And no support for later or newer generation consoles. Alright, so this screen is pretty nice. As you can see, it got a very nice color. And then this thing is freaking loud. Alright, so let's talk about the Pandora Key 7. And as you can see, we're having a list of 3-dimensional games. Here we can find all the 3-dimensional games. For example, PlayStation 1, PSP, and 64, and Sega Dreamcast. So that is pretty cool. The collection, you can update it with new games. Here we have the 2-dimensional games. The biggest problem I have with the Key 7 is one big messy list, to be honest. We're having the latest, but I really prefer to have a search option because this is just one freaking big nightmare. So nothing much to tell about. Let's go to the settings menu. Let's open it up. Just wanted to show you this. By the way, the fan on the main board is like a freaking vacuum cleaner. USB joystick mode, this is what I talked about, that you can use this thing like in joystick. We're having the O test if you want to test out the buttons itself. We can, let's say, we can remove games. We can basically do some things like hide games if you don't like the games or you just want to remove or hide the double games. And when you're done, you just save and go back to the menu. Alright, shall we try some games and give you a little bit of showdown what this thing is capable of.
Welcome, the King of Iron Fist. Hachi Mishima. Get ready for the next battle. Round one.
Let's go.
Round one. Fight! You win. Round two. Fight!
With Sega Dreamcast there was a little bit different, because when you're pressing the start button you can swap between widescreen and... Alright, yeah, something happening. Alright, you can change between 4:3 and 60:9. Alright, let's put the original aspect ratio. Alright, let's see how it runs. Loading out very fast for a later system, so this is not bad at all. But as you can see, it slows down big time. Whoa! Alright, so this happens when you're plugging it into the HDMI port. It's just basically cloning the display. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, let's play some more games on the big television. Beefcake Guy! You got a present for me! There is no burst mode in the Key 7, so you need to press the button old school retro style. Very curious how this thing is going to sound. So fun fact is we played this game on the Pandora Box 6, it runs decent, it got a shitload of screen tearing and the sound is pretty awful. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong, nothing beats the original Mega Drive version, but it sounds a little bit better than the Pandora Box 6, oh for sure. Alright, so let's do a little bit of a teardown and let's see what's inside. So, for example, you want to replace your buttons, your joystick, because you're thinking, I want to upgrade. Alright, so what you need to do is the following thing. You just need to unscrew the 4 screws. Yes, with a screwdriver. And then, that's the only thing you need to do. Just lift it very gently, because there's a lot of stuff going on. And as you can see, now we can do a little peek inside. Alright, so what you can see over here, we're having here the PCB for input HDMI signal, the Pandora box itself. This doesn't go straight into the control panel itself. It has this little PCB for the control panel between the joystick and the Pandora box. That is new compared with the other versions I've reviewed, or the normal Pandora boxes. And here we have the battery compartment. It also has a separate PCB board. So there is quite some different little items that are in this machine. And of course we're having the ribbon cable. If this thing goes broken, you can always replace it very easily. And if you want to replace the display itself, it's very easy. Remove the 4 screws, lift up this, and I think you can just move it around. Because I did notice a lot of people were complaining about the little silver edge that you were seeing. You can always use some little black tape or use a black marker to remove it. So when I searched the number with Google, I found out it's for sale on eBay and basically everywhere. There's a resolution of 1240 by 600. And it's not a very expensive screen, so if it's going to get broken someday, you can just replace it very easily, very fast, and it is not very cost effective. I just wanted to show you that I repositioned the screen itself, so now we don't have this silver line anymore. That's what we call a big improvement. Alright, so this is what you're going to get with the portable Pandora. I must say the Pandora Key 7 is one of my favorite mainboards if it comes to the older generation, because making this video now, there are so many Pandora boxes out there in this Pandora jungle, how I like to call it. Alright, so this is one of the favorite boards because it supports Naomi, or better note, and Dreamcast, and that is something a lot of these mainboards don't support. And beside the messy list, you cannot change the filter, you cannot add, let's say, controllers to play with multiple people. Nevertheless, it's a great board, and yeah, the Pandora stuff comes in different versions, so maybe in the future we'll do some more reviews. But I thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, become one of this Wicked family, and don't miss out on new videos. It would be great, because this means I will see you in my next video.